Hello everyone, this is razorflamekun, and with me I have a good friend of mine.
This is
If you'd like to introduce
razorflamekun,
himself.
and with me I have a good
my
friend
name
of
is
mine.
Antender.
If you'd like to introduce himself.
Yeah,
my
and
name is
this is going to be the
Antender.
Quaver Showcase. It's going to be 14 songs. There's going to be several. There's going to be several different types of maps, so we'll get into that more. But we're going to go ahead and get started. There should be no need for a timer. You can have one going if you'd like. There is also going to be a hand cam, so you guys can watch if you'd like. There's going to be 3 songs that you're going to need to be able to hear the music. So,
We'll let you know when that happens.
and we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm not going to be talking for the entire run. Antunder is going to be doing all the commentary, and here we go.
Alright, well, let's get into it.
Here
You'll
we
be
go.
spared from Razor's key taps because this game can get very loud with the key taps. But a little extended intro, I guess. I'm a top 100 Quaver player, and I've been familiar in the VSRG scene for around 3 years. Quaver is very similar to other games if you've ever seen like DDR or Guitar Hero. Oh,
Whoops.
did we have a bit of technical issues? Well, I guess I'll just continue the explanation, I guess. It's basically DDR, but if you ever played it on a keyboard before, that's basically it, or Stepmania, an older version of the game. But this community just got popular as of recent. I think it was created around last year and then got out of early access this summer, so fairly recent and just finished its first tournament. But it looks like we'll be getting into the first song. As you can see, Razor actually plays up scroll. There's different types of skins, ways to play the game, and different note sizes. So you can play with bars, arrows, circles, and you can play up scroll where the notes go up or the notes go down. But there's 3 main skill sets in Quaver. Right now we're looking at rice or just normal notes, just pure normal notes without these long notes. Razor's definitely having a blast on a map like this. Quaver also features a upgrade system where if the song's too easy, you can upgrade it, put it a couple rates higher, and you can put it a couple rates higher if the song is too easy for you, and you can just practice your physicality there. This game's all about cranking as many scores as you can, playing as much as you can, training as much as you can. It all comes down to that. Today in this showcase, I think we'll be seeing a couple of ranked maps like this one, where this is actually on the Quaver song list, where it's ranked and approved by moderators. And we'll also be seeing some other maps that are actually Razor's maps, so that's always fun. Having the creativity to create your own maps is also fun. Represent any type of genre of music that you like. But Razor's definitely having the time of his life. He plays without too many distractions. If you were just to download Quaver straight out, you would see extra numbers like your accuracy and your judgment counter. There's a lot of different things that appear on your screen, but Razor disables them for, I guess, to be more comfortable with the game and not have too many distractions, which is super helpful. Alright, and as he pulls up the global leaderboards, you can see how many players just absolutely outshine on higher rates, but this is all about self-improvement. Yeah, these rates can go up to pretty high, kind of ridiculously high. 5, I think, 0.75, so 2 times rate, which is insane. I don't know how you would be playing some of these maps on a higher rate like that, but hey, pick your poison. It's all up to you. There's different types of skill sets that would be seen. Now that I'm actually looking for it, there's a lot of skill sets that we'll be seeing today, so you guys are in for a treat. So next we'll be moving on to Machine Scanner. Oh, it looks like Razor's getting a little ahead of himself. Raising the rate a little bit higher than he had on his notes. Looks like he's a bit more confident than usual. Yeah, but all maps are not built the same. There's definitely a lot of different patterns where one pattern could be tougher, one pattern could be easier, but they are meant to be hittable. Well, meant. You'll be seeing later what I mean by meant to be hit, as some people when creating their maps are just not too kind. But most of the patterns that you see on this map, they actually have names, ranging from streams to mini jacks to jacks, which kind of shows that this community is very large when it comes to naming schemes and how they love to name their maps. Quite a short one indeed. Razor actually absolutely destroying it on the accuracy. That's amazing. Now, before we go into this next song, I have a little bit of explaining to do. There's these things in this game called slider velocities. And what that's supposed to do is that's supposed to change the velocity of which the notes come from the top of the screen or the bottom of the screen to the top. So basically, if you're playing in the middle of a map, the map can get increasingly faster or increasingly slower. And with that, there's a lot of different things that you can do. I'll stay quiet for you to listen to the music, and so you guys are in for a treat for this one. And with that, that's Syntax. That's a map created by one of the best SV mappers, Piano Luigi, which, oh my god, that's a really good score. But Piano Luigi has made so many of these types of maps where they feature all types of skill sets in inside a velocity range, and my god, is he amazing for it. Next, we'll be going for quite a wacky one on 1.8 rate. So this is 80% faster than the original song, which yeah, when you put it on something that sounds like this, I don't think it would suit anyone's taste. But you know what? If it's all you, then it's you. Yeah, but these rates just show how you can really crank any map as high as you want in order to get anything out of it. Especially if it's your favorite map, you can totally just play it on higher rates and see how well you do. It's always fun to challenge yourself. Maybe even challenge your friends at the same time. And oh man, this game loves drops. As soon as the drop hit, ooh, you're in for a lot of heavier patterns than what you saw before. This game loves high BPM as well. Any song that just goes super quick, people are bound to make a map out of it. What a fun map. And actually, I forgot to mention, Syntax was a map featured in the Quaver official tournament, which was it was the first installment that happened 2 months ago. I was lucky enough to be able to play it and commentate for it, as well as Razor, who actually refereed some of the matches and actually got to experience some of the really good players in Quaver destroy these maps. But I was talking before having kind of 3 skill sets. You'll be seeing these Norma notes, long notes, and then you'll be seeing SV. Each kind of category has its own subcategories. So there's always more patterns inside of something that seems just bland as hit all the notes or hold all the notes. And a fairly short and seemingly deceptively easy map, but hitting the same note twice in a row really quickly can kind of trip you up. But if you felt lonely and you really wanted Syntax back, well, don't you worry. We'll be heading into the qualifying map that was actually featured in Quaver Official Tournament. This was a map a lot of players actually destroyed, and actually made a lot of others suffer. This map actually features something different from what you saw before. It doesn't feature stutters or teleports where the notes just come down instantly. This actually features frozen notes, in a way. I'll let you guys be the judge of that.
Annihilation.
And another map by Piano Luigi done. That was quite an insane run as well. Very, very well representative of how this map can be tough and actually fun. That one was a very tough map for players in the tournament as well. A lot of players actually complained right after because it was too hard. Which is hilarious. But now we'll be heading to Razor's maps. These are maps customly created by himself and actually mapping some of his songs that he actually liked or have heard in other, games. These maps can take quite a range of time if it's something as easy as this, or maybe it's something as tough as Piano Luigi's SV maps. It could be ranging from taking you to 1 hour or 2 hours to map something to 18 hours you're spending an entire day's worth of hours just trying to complete one song. The amount of just ideas that you have to be putting through your head in order to realize what can constitute a good map is quite a lot. But regardless if its quality is any good or not, you can make your own maps regardless of what other people care. Razor actually reaching out to some of his friends in the tournament, actually asking for advice on mapping. The community is very leaning in towards people asking for help. If you ever want to make something that you like and you ask someone, chances are if you know them a little bit or good friends with them, they'll be sure to help you. And quite a dense beginning or a dense end. A lot of notes there. That was really tricky. Back to the rice map. You'll probably be hearing me call these things rice, noodles, or LN. Kind of just a running joke in the community. You gotta eat your rice. You gotta play your normal notes as well as your noodles or your long notes. But this game kind of features a lot of difficulty if you're just starting off. There's a lot of people who've started off that are my friends, and man, even through hard stuff, they've tried their best. They've tried their best as much as they can, and just like Razor, he's gotten himself to a position where he likes what he makes and he likes what he plays. He's comfortable at where he's at, but it doesn't hurt to get better. And another ranked map down. These ranked songs are very heavily aimed towards representing the music, and some harder difficulty songs are usually meant to just tell them about the difficulty rather than actual representation, but that balance is what makes the ranked section so good for some players. And Razor getting quite a good scores again, actually beating his personal best by 0.02 accuracy. Very small, but definitely large. And in different skills. But we're getting back to another Piano Luigi SD map. This one has its own fair share of weirdness as well. You'll be seeing more of those stutters, but typically leaning on the easier side. On this one, you'll be seeing these really weird teleports at the end, as well as just weird notes coming down from absolutely nowhere. Kind of giving this type of SV its name, memorization. You really gotta play that map a lot of times in order to just get it down and actually memorize where those notes are. So I'll leave it to Razor to play the map. Another excellent performance, and even actually upgrading the map to 1.5, so those ending teleports actually happen a lot faster than what you would do on a just normal range, but still an excellent performance nonetheless. God, the amount of players who can absolutely destroy this on true rate as well. Razor actually getting top 15 in the world for that map. Pretty good. Now we'll actually be heading to one of the only hybrid maps actually. This features both long notes and normal notes, so you'll be seeing a kind of a mix with both. You'll be seeing a lot of long notes while you're also trying to hit those normal notes, which you'll see Razor kind of struggle a little bit on. Anyway, he was having a little bit of difficulties with this one. And yes, all of these notes you have to hold and let go until the end of the note. You cannot cheese them by letting go super early. Oh man, is this a tough map as well, especially mapped by Razor. I know he didn't. He's had experience with just normal notes, but I didn't know he mapped long notes until like after today, or like before today. And so when he told me about the map, I decided to take a look at it, and oh boy, is it tough. Because when you have to hold 2 fingers down at the same time, you gotta let go one earlier, one later, or both of them at the same time while getting ready for the next section. It's tough. It takes a lot of practice. Quite a soft and mellow song, but oh boy, again, is it deceiving. Deceivingly hard. Oh god. Man, was that ending absolutely hard. Nice. Razor's actually was actually able to get an A that time rather than his old B. Sounds like we're down to our last 3 maps. These last 3 should be just focused on rice and just normal notes, so shouldn't be saying too much. I'm just waiting to get in here. Now, what Razor did, I don't know if any of you noticed, but Razor actually mirrored the map. He does this in order to make some of the patterns more comfortable for himself, or maybe he's played the map too many times that he can't play one section due to his left hand or his right hand just not working or cooperating with him. We usually have this a lot. It's called a mind block. Oh man, is it tough. Playing a map too many times and now you forget and you can't play it at all because your hands won't cooperate. Man, is it a player's curse. But also feature more of these long notes. When you only have one hold to hold and you have the other 3 lanes to hit notes, it isn't as tricky, but if you let go of that note, it's just you lose on that note and you just miss. You're going hard on these really speedy sections. You're doing really good. Now we have our last 2 maps. These maps are going to be pretty similar, I think. Yeah, they're going to be pretty similar. Nice top 4. Oh god, that's a lot of plays. Yeah, all of these plays are from Razor himself, so you can tell how much time he's put into that map alone. and actually decrease the speed. Because some maps are just way too hard for some players. So what we decide to do is we usually just downrate as little as we can to the point where we're in that soft spot of being physically able to hit it and just under being able to accuracy it. This game is heavily dependent on mechanics. But in this map you'll be seeing a lot of similar notes. These last two maps are going to be really repetitive, but oh man. They are not easy, especially if you lose your consistency. Because these maps can last for a really long time. I think this map actually lasting 5 minutes in length, so... just a soft build up till we get to the actual main part. This was actually featured in Quaver official tournament as well. I think it was on 1.1 rate, so quite difficult for Razor to catch up to that. And now one of the most tedious parts, hitting the same note over and over again. Now this type of pattern focuses on all the notes being on the same plane over and over and over again. These aren't necessarily hard to hit, but if your hands can't go up and down quick enough, you're going to be lagging behind. And if you get just slightly uncomfortable, you get a little shaky. Since these notes are all one line, if you hit one note just off, chances are the other 3 notes, or other 2 notes, will probably be just as off time as that one was before. So being able to time this absolutely pinpoint accurate is just insane. And when these patterns last for a really long time, they just win the player out as well. Well, what these maps are supposed to be, they're at least supposed to be a little bit generous. Give you a break between sections just so you don't tire yourself out throughout the entire map. Much like the soft section, it only tells you that there's going to be more. Right back into it. What mappers love to do if the map allows them, or if the song allows them, is just make the ending a little bit more dense at the beginning. especially on these types of patterns. The ending tends to be a little bit denser than what it is in the beginning. A couple more notes here and there, but definitely trip you off like Razor's happening right now. Finishing off the map. Cleanly. Wow, cleanly being able to get an S. Very nice. I really love how these graphs can just show you where you're screwing up. Definitely trying to go for where am I screwing up and why am I screwing up. Now heading to the final map and user's own map. It should be a little bit similar, kind of incorporating everything we saw today. But it'll be interesting to see how he plays. With 4 minutes and 30 seconds left on the length. Hopefully we get straight into it. Popping right back into it. You get to see what we saw earlier. You might not be able to notice it, but there's just a slight slow jam. It's a little slower than before. Picking up to the normal speed. Yeah, these alternating patterns are not fun. When you're alternating your fingers for a really long time, you'll definitely get tired. See a quicker, maybe easier, I'm not too sure, but definitely a quicker variant of what we saw before. Nice smooth transition from going really quick from his normal scroll speed actually to slower. Goes to show how you can represent the music as well as you want. And all it just comes down to you. Ooh, and this actually getting a little tenser. They're still able to think through it. Yeah, this is a very well made map. I really like it. Being able to represent the music as well as just incorporate a little bit of everything we saw today. It's seeing those normal rise patterns, those linear rise patterns, and seeing the LN kind of in between, as well as that SB. Very good representation of the song. This map is definitely entailing what stamina is in this game, where the patterns just keep coming and coming and coming, and they don't stop. Quite tough. And with that, Razor the tank through it. Very well, and good made map by Razor. But with that, that should be our final song and showcase now over. I don't know if Razor wants to say any final words.
Hello.
Hello, Razor.
Hello.
Looks like you had a hello, Razor.
I had a lot of PBs.
That's pretty good.
I
Personal
had
best.
6 or 7.
6 or 7 personal bests. That's amazing.
Yeah. So hopefully, and Thunder explained what Quaver is. I forgot to in the intro.
I think I did. You know what?
Yeah. But
you can keep that.
do you have chat open?
Yes, I do.
You want to drop the link to the Quaver Discord?
Oh, I don't think I can pull that up quick enough, but I will put it in there sooner or later.
Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and drop the link to the Quaver Discord. You can go ahead and join it if this seems interesting to you. This game is free on Steam, which is a really good deal because, well, I mean, Osu Mania is also free, but
Quaver's a lot more user friendly, honestly.
yeah,
And just being able to actually customize your skin a little bit easier.
yeah, and hopefully you were able to do good commentary for the bars and up scroll.
Yeah, kind of tough since me and Razor actually have completely different play styles.
Yeah. And Thunder, you use circles and down scroll, and I use bars and up scroll.
Oh, tough. But with that, I think that should be finishing off our showcase here.
Yeah. I'd like to thank Gaming Land, Gooby, and the rest of the admins for Resort Fest for having me, and Thunder for commentating.
Thank you.
And I hope this showcase inspired you to at least try the game. I do want to mention that 5 of the maps that I played were my own maps.
Very well,
I actually think I actually just realized. Hold on a second. I didn't play one of the maps.
Oh, did you not?
I didn't play Mercury Lamp.
Don't worry about it.
It's fine.
We're already running through our time.
Yeah, it's fine because that map's actually the one of the one map that I actually think is the weakest out of the 5 that I showed. And I mean in terms of concept and everything. But the other 4 I think are really good, and mapping's a lot of fun. That's another thing you can do. But we're gonna go ahead and let Emoji come on for N++. Solo Ero, I believe.
Yeah. Good luck, guys.
Thank